Hey, what's going on, my fellow nationalists? Yeah, that's right. I came up with a name for you guys. Y'all are nationalists now. But anyway, welcome back. We're back here in Final Fantasy 12, and we're going to be continuing on with what we were doing before. Now then, what are we going to be doing today? Well, last time we managed to get our hunts together and all that sort of stuff, and in order to continue, we need to go to the Damascus Estersand. That's a way to say that. So here, welcome to our first battle area, where we meet up with enemies and all sorts of baddies. Now, as you can see here, we have one enemy, one type. Now, a fun thing about the enemies in this game, if they're not threatening, their life bar will be green. But if they will attack you, their life bar will be red. So what is our goal for right now? Our goal is to get money and manage to get ourselves some better loot. And, well, not loot, weapons. We need some better weapons and armor in order to continue, and we might as well go on ahead and level up Vaughn here, seeing how he's going to be alone for a little while. But he's got a lot of stuff heading his way. Don't you worry. So let's go on ahead and see what we can do here. We can do a steal. Now, if I'm correct, yes. Whenever you try to steal from a green enemy, they will instantly become red. And if any of the enemies around them are the same type as them, they will go red too, because it registers as an attack. Now, the unfortunate thing is that there's a wolf over there, and I do not want him to join. Alright. After this, let me check something. Oh, shoot. Okay, sorry. I've also got another playthrough of this game going, and I'm way far down the line. I gotta get back used to this. Don't worry, you guys. I'm trying my best. So the main goal, we gotta... If you steal successfully from something, you'll get an item from them. See? I got an Earthstone for free off of him. And there's also still a chance that he might drop something when I kill him. So this is probably the best way to get items. See? Yeah, see? I still got... And I got another Earthstone from him. And here we have an enemy that's automatically hostile. Now, wolves, they really don't have all that much going for them. They're pretty basic enemies. They've got like one special attack. And that's just a lunge, where they just tackle you. That's pretty much it. Now, I'm sure you saw that there's an enemy right over there, and if you look at the map, he's got a big dot on him. When you look at a wolf, their dot is small. That guy's is huge compared to them. That's because he's my mark. That is the rogue tomato. But I don't want to kill the rogue tomato yet. I could possibly kill him right now if I really wanted to. But we shall not be doing that right now, because we need to level Vaughn up, and we need to get some loot. God, I can't think right now. I need to get some loot, and I need to get money so I can get the new item. I can get the katana for Vaughn and make sure that he can do the most damage that he possibly can. Blah. So, when I take care of these wolves right here, we shall continue looking through this area. Oh, look, a level up. That's what it looks like when your character levels up in this game. It'll just have like a little sound cue, and, you know, he'll have a little sound cue saying level up. Now, also, potions are a lifesaver in this game, especially in the very beginning. Now, if I believe so... So, let me just take care of this wolf. Let me get my train of thought going. Alright, that guy's taken care of. Hello, guy from the cutscene. Now, here's another thing. This guy. Here's a good opportunity to show you what happens when you were to target someone who is way high of a level. This is the Wild Saurian. Or I think that's how his name is. When an enemy is too high in level for you, his target indicator will be red along with his name. That means he's a little bit too high of a level for you. So steer clear. Now these wolves, on the other hand, a different story. Give me a second. Ah, there you go. That's a good explanation. Alright. Now, when you're out killing enemies out in the desert, if you keep killing the same enemy, like the same type of enemy, like a wolf or a cacti, if you kill multiple of that same enemy, you'll start to gather up a chain. When you start gathering up a chain, the loot drops, they become a little bit more different, don't they? You see, maybe if this guy will drop something. Yes, you can see that it's blue now. It looks all sparkly and shiny and silvery. Fun thing about these is that they'll do random things for you once you pick them up. They might heal you, they might give you protections. They might do a lot of things. Also, whenever you kill a whole bunch of wolves, I've noticed that they're about the only ones that do this. They will draw multiple wolf pelts, making you letting you gain a lot of money real fast. Alright, another thing that really sucks about this first area is that it's actually pretty ingenious. Another thing about chains, if you were to go into a different area, your chain will carry on if it's not a civilian area. And by a civilian area, I mean an area where there's no enemies absolute, and the music changes and all that sort of stuff. So when you go into a non-hostile area like this one, your chain will be destroyed. That's kind of like the beauty of this first area. It'll introduce you to chains, but it won't let you go very high, making you a little bit curious how high you can go. It's also a pretty good way to introduce you to 3 enemies, actually. Let me just show you here. Give me one sec. I'm so sorry, future me. That was gross. I don't know why I'm so clogged up right now. Wow, would you look at that? Would you look at that? We also leveled up! And I was kind of wrong here. It looks like it will let you go up more chains. I just went up another chain level. But here we go with a different enemy. What do we have here? We have a cockatrice. Take that as you want. I was probably like 12 when I first played this game, so there you go. We won't be fighting them right now because we have a chain going and we're trying to get some loot here. But once I get enough loot, I think, I will go fight one of those things. So, give me a minute. Yeah. Aha! Here we go. Here's the next level of the chain. It's a more bronze or gold looking loot drop. Now, what does this do? Ah, there it is. It has the potential to heal you. No, I don't want to fight you. It has the potential to heal you, give you the spell Protect or Shell. And it can be incredibly useful to get these things. In fact, I can tell you right now, here in the near future, there's going to be one area where you're going to be fighting absolute multiple of one area, of one enemy in that area. Let me tell you, having that chain, it's going to be very useful to you. See, look. 2 wolf pelts and 2 wind stones. That's value right there. And I'm not attacking him. Why am I not attacking him? I'm dying. I did not explain that, did I? That's right. Sorry. It's been a while. It's been a couple of days since I played this one. So when you kill an enemy now, when you kill this enemy, you might want to notice another thing that pops up. 11 XP, 1 LP. In order to get license points, you have to kill enemies, like wolves or cactites over there. Now, bigger enemies mean more license points. Like a hunt. If you were to go on a hunt and kill your mark, that mark is likely to give you more license points than before. Nice. It only gave me 1 wolf pelt though, so that kind of blows. Alright, you're really close to the tomato, and I really don't want you over there, so I'm just going to drive over here. Alright, let's see if we can steal something from this guy. Another thing is, when an enemy is sleeping, that is the best time to perform steal on that enemy, especially if you're trying to get loot, because sometimes steal won't work. So just keep on at it. If they're asleep, steal will actually not wake them up. Just keep trying. There you go. Now I want to keep my chain going, so I'm not going to attack him. Oh wow, really? You woke up? Alright. Another thing is that enemies will sometimes like just chase you all over the place. So be careful of that. You might have to run for a little while. That's another thing here. As I'll show you here in just a second. I'm going to kill this guy. Got another 14. Now if you want to run from an enemy in the near future, you want to press and hold R2 and you'll start to flee. When you are fleeing, it turns off everything that in the future, and I'll explain that later on. I don't even know why I'm explaining it now. So if you run away from the area when where your enemy was, he'll stop chasing you. No, it's another thing. Not very good at tutorials, am I? Anyway, let's keep on. Let's go. I think I've done enough explanation for now. I'll meet you not back in Rabanastre, but in the next area forward. Ah! I can't believe we did it! This is the last part of the chain of items you can get. Holy crap! I didn't think I'd be able to show that off. Look at that, and it gave us a potion. The rarest of items that you can get from enemies, and the third and final chain of things you can get, it becomes way more likely that you'll get it. Isn't that hilarious? Hey look, it gave us a potion, so let's go in and use that. Heck yeah, we got ourselves a free potion. Alright, I actually did not see that coming. I'll see you in the next area, not Rabanastre, but the next. Okay, there's another thing I want to explain about enemies in an area. Alright, let's start with the Wild Sauron. Now then, do you see how it says Wild Sauron A? That is an indicator of how many of that enemy are still left in the area. There can only be 26, obviously A through Z, of one area and of one enemy in an area. There can only be 26. You know, because of like programming and stuff. Why am I walking? I should be running. See, look. If I do this, for some reason I'm walking. But there can only be 26 of one enemy in one area. But I noticed something with that wolf. It restarted. W, or did it? No. I don't know. Maybe it's just being weird. I don't know. We'll see here later. Alright, I think I'm done grinding for a little bit. So what do you say we go ahead and take a look at this enemy? I'm pretty sure that the wolves has stopped spawning at this point. So we're going to go on ahead and see how powerful these cockatrices are. They really shouldn't be all that tough, but they will take more hits than your standard wolf or cacti. They do a lot more damage, so try to pick them off one by one. Plus they're a little bit faster than wolves too. Because that guy, he knocked me down 1/3 of my health. That's something else. So let me just go on ahead and just keep on killing these guys. Because it pissed me off.
Yeah.
Fuck you, cockatoo. Oh, wow, 3 hits. Can't believe that worked. Look at that. This guy didn't even get a shot in on me. Look, we got ourselves some treasure, by the way. That's another thing I'd yet to explain to you guys. And to anyone who's not played this game before. There are random pots and stuff about all over the place. See, like this. When you see something like that, it's usually treasure. Now, there is a time further on where it's not treasure. And we'll talk about that later on. But in order, and this is kind of cool, I like what they did here. To make sure that you don't really miss it in narrow corridors, they did this. Ah, you see that? There's an exclamation mark above my head when I'm walking near it. That's just a way of like making sure that you don't miss it. Oh, I got another potion. Sweet. Now then, for this first area, I'm gonna let you know now. If I think you can do it. I actually didn't try to do it in my own playthrough of it. Wow, the cacti I stole from is still pissed at me. Wow, I thought you might have despawned or something. I guess not. Oh, voice crack, oh my god. I've been clearing my throat a little bit off camera. And it's not all that pretty. But another thing is, if you haven't killed that mark outside the rogue tomato, if you come over here, I think, not many people coming along now. Once we get this lot taken care of, that should just about do it, I'd say. What about you? Looking to get inside? Yes, you can go back in the city. You can. Because you've not killed your mark yet, and the story hasn't progressed. Right now, you can go back in the city. And I'm going to tell you why you would want to go back in the city. If you've grinded a lot, and you've done all sorts of things. If you grinded a lot and get all sorts of things, you can actually go back inside if you haven't killed your mark yet. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back inside the city real quick. And I will meet you not back here in Rabanester, but in the next area. Because in between those things, I'm going to be doing a little bit more grinding. So, I'll see you then. Okay, another thing I forgot to mention, the bazaar. I'm going to go ahead and explain this now about the bazaar, just in case you didn't know. In order to get things in the bazaar, you have to sell things. So I'm pretty sure that as soon as I sell some of these wolf pelts, in fact, I'm going to sell all of them because I need gil like crazy. If you sell a lot of something, just sell everything, you'll see new bazaar goods are now available. In order to get things in the bazaar, you have to sell things. So let's take a look at the first thing. Now, there are 2 things in here, it seems. He sold quite a bit of stuff. The bazaar will usually have things in bundles or unique objects, stuff like that. I was wrong about it last time, I'm sorry. I haven't played this game in a while. But, just to make sure I knew what I was talking about, I did my little playthrough. Isn't that fun? But, This will usually have unique objects and bundles of objects, sort of like this potion pack. It'll give you 2 potions for the price of 70, which is actually pretty good in the beginning. Then there's this surcoat. I can't wear it, so I'm not going to buy it. So, I'll see you guys here in just a bit. Also, another thing you might want to be cautious of is that there's actually a guy around here that will ask you to do something for him. I made it in from the Estes just before they closed the gates, but my friend was stopped before he could get through. This is the guy you want to talk to. Could you take him something for me? Sure, no problem. Excellent. You should find him just outside the east gate. A bongo like myself. And don't go selling that to pocket the gill for yourself, you hear? Don't tell me with my life. You gained a small package. Giggity. Now you want to take his package and you want to bring it to this guy right here. My companion and I arrived together, but they singled out my goods for inspection. I've been held up here all day. You came from the city, yes? Did a bongo merchant happen to give you an item to deliver? Yeah, here it is. Well, what do you know? Thanks, my boy. Helped me out of a tight spot, you have. Heading into the desert, are you? Best watch yourself out there. Get into any fights? Just be sure to keep well healed, you hear? Mind your wounds, or the next blow you take could be your last. Had myself caught by the tail a time or two out there, let me tell you. I don't think he actually gives you anything. Well, what did I even give you? Okay, so I guess it's just a quick little occurrence. I don't know if this will even help you in the future, but well, we'll see. Alright, here we are. We're in the little area, a little outpost that's out here in the Dalmasca Ester Sand. Now there's a little bit of interest in this area. There's some treasure lying about the place. You can find those. You got a firefly. Mysterious glint. Not very useful, but you know, whatever. It's gill. You can always use some gill. Now, there's a few people that you could talk to around here. There's this little kid here that if you actually are really low on health and stuff, if you, for some reason, want to pay him 100 gold, he'll let you rest up, gain all your HP back. You got yourselves an unlucky merchant. That's my chocobo just over there. Has a fondness for shiny things. Buries everything it can get its beak on. Why can't I read right now? The most recent victim? All the gill I made in Raminaster. And now they've got the road to the Nebra blocked off. This just isn't my day. And it's just not my day to read. I don't know why. Wow, you didn't really make a lot of gill there, buddy. Made another 5. You really didn't make a lot, did you? Random little plant. Now, this is the way you'll need to go in order to go forward later on. Now, unfortunately, they got it blocked off right here. I hired a chocobo, but for what? They got the whole blasted desert blocked off. That's true. And if you try to go over here, no one's allowed through unless they're on official business. Lesswise, not until the Lord Council's appointment ceremony is complete. Cannot. This is gonna get on my nerves, and I'm sure it's gonna get on y'all's nerves too. A boy and his dog? You stuck here too? I came from the village up ahead, and now I can't get back. Him? Don't worry about him. He won't bother nothing. He's practically family. Cute, huh? I killed like 50 of those things just now. I don't know how to tell you, but yeah, this kid will give him 100 gil. He'll let you stay inside. Don't know why you want to do that. Save Crystal will do just like that. I guess if you're wanting to help him out. So, I'll meet you right up there just before we fight our mark. Here we are. We're about to fight our mark, and I want to show you guys just how much progress we've made. So if we look at my character, I've got him leveled up at least another 4 times to level 5. I think that's a good enough for right now. And when it comes to licenses, I've managed to buy the next katana for, you know, specifically to this character. And I managed to get enough LP to get another essential. Swiftness. Now this will allow me to attack 10% faster and use items 10% fast. Well, not really items, but more or less. It reduces my action time by 10%, which is actually very useful. Now another thing I've noticed about the Bushi, I just kind of want to rant on this a little bit, is right now I have no idea why there's so many of these types of tiles. There is these magic lures. They increase my magic potency. I'm gonna guess that has something to do with something later on, but right now I have no idea why they're here. But anyway, those are my 2 things that I bought. I really didn't have a lot to go off, and I've only got 9 left. Can't really buy anything else. So what do you say we go on ahead and attack our mark? So we're gonna get a drop line on it, and by going on ahead and activating our attack right before that. Now this little bastard is actually really quick on his feet, so he will attack very fast. As you can see, we got ourselves a little cutscene. He runs away and jumps off the cliff. He jumps down there. And the thing about it is that that's actually really smart, because he actually just put himself around other monsters, and now we're possibly going to have to fight other monsters on the way there, like wolves. When I looked down there, I saw one other wolf. Now, what you can do is this smart thing. Wait for a wolf to go around him, lure him over to you, and then attack him. That way he's all by his lonesome. How did I block that? I have no idea. That is a flame breath. I don't know how you block that. But that's our mark down. Rogue Tomato vanquished. Wasn't all that hard. Pretty much just your first mark.
Galbana lilies? Never thought I'd see him growing out here. This'll make a nice souvenir. Time to call it a day.
You obtain a handful of Galbana lilies. And for right now, that's all we got to do in the desert. So what do you say we head on back to Rabanastre? I'll meet you there. Now, as we head back into here to Rabanastre, things look a little bit different from what they were. Now, it seems like the gates are now permanently closed until the end of the parade. Let me just go on ahead and get all my HP back real quick. So, what do you say we figure out what's going on here? Ah, they wouldn't let me through. Nothing to do now but wait until the ceremony's over. But we need to get through. Kites! Kites is out here. Ah, Vaughn. I'm guessing I'm not the only one who got locked out of the city. I told Penelo about the mark you were going after, and I guess I got her worrying. So the 2 of us headed out here to find you. Where the hell is she? I don't know. As soon as I stepped out, the guards closed the gates and things got crazy. I haven't been able to find her since. You think she might still be in the city?
Back! This gate's closed until the ceremony's over, do you hear?
Now what? Huh?
Open the gate! Alright, out the way.
Wait a second. How come you let these chocobos through the gate and not us?
What of it? This here's a pedigreed parader, boy. Cost tens of thousands of gil, this one did. A prettier price than 100 of you provincials would fetch. Keep your distance. We don't want the chocobo sticking a peasant.
What'd you say?
Step aside. Right then, move them in.
Oh. That does it.
Oh, a fine chocobo you have there. Yes, cedar down stock, if I'm not mistaken. Change the soil, change the chocobo, am I right? Yes, different soil means different bouquet, too. Take a Dalmascan Barrow's wine, eh? It may lack the flavor and depth of some of your Arcadian wines, but it has a certain strength of character. It's not bad, really, once you get used to it. Care for some, sirs? There's more than enough for all to cool their throats, of course.
You let these carts through and the closest gate is ordered. My mail's choked with this sand.
Don't give me a scare like that. You're lucky that ended where it did.
Right. Now's our chance to go through.
The ceremony will be starting soon. I'd best be hurrying.
Okay, well... Vaughn, wait! What is it? Vaughn!
We will have order. I give you your new consul, His Imperial Highness Lord Vane Solidor, Commandant of the Arcadian Empire's Western on... Your Excellency.
People of Rabanastre, is it with hatred you look upon your consul? With hatred you look upon the Empire?
Spit on your empire! Go back to Arcadia!
There was little point in asking. But know this, I harbor no idle hopes of frustrating that hatred. Nor shall I ask your fealty. That is the due of your fallen king, and rightly so. King Ramanas loved his people, strove to bring you peace. His was a rule worthy of your devotion. Even now, he remains among you, protecting you. His ardor for the peace and weal of Dalmasca falters not. I would ask only that you do your king honor. Together let us embrace the peace His Majesty would surely desire. 2 years now divide us from war's bitter end, yet still its shadow looms over all, stifling the infant peace a pall only you may cast off. Achieve but this one thing, and your hatred of me and of the Empire will grieve me not. I will stand fast. I will endure your hatred, suffer your slings and arrows. I will defend Dalmasca. Here I will pay my debt. I swear it now. Though King Ramanas and Lady Ash be gone, they stand ever at the side of their people. In honoring peace, you do honor to their memory and to Dalmasca. What I ask plain. My hopes now rest with you.
Is Rabanastre to your liking, my lord?
It is magnificent. Take this cathedral, for instance. Elegant, yet whimsical in its execution. A stunning example of Galtean architecture. I hope Lord Gramus might one day look upon it himself.
The patron of this evening's banquet, may it please your excellency.
I am Miguelo, your highness. It is truly a profound honor to make the acquaintance of our future emperor, highness. The people of Rabanasta join me in welcoming
That's
you.
enough of highness. Though indeed I am our emperor's son, I am no prince. Arcadia's emperor is freely chosen by her people. I am but an elected official and nothing more.
I meant no disrespect.
Now that I think on it, I would not have you address me as Lord Consul, for that matter.
No?
Henceforth, I am a citizen of Rabanasta. Why don't you call me Vane?
I could not. That would not be right.
You are overly fond of formalities. I've just the remedy for that. Tonight you will join me, and we shall drink until you call me by name.
How can he stand about him like that?
Fawn, you just do not get it, do you? He's not doing it because he wants to.
Lord Vane never did.
You know what would happen if he didn't.
I know, it's just...
So, what would you do different?
I don't know. Well... I'd do something.